All right, aloha from Hawaii. Okay, 90 days go live challenge. Ayan, I am now on day 7. Day 7 of my 90 days go live challenge. Title for today is Magic Money. Magic Money. Thank you for the money I've been given throughout my life. All right, so for those of you who know, I am doing the 90 days go live challenge. And for the first 21 to 28 days or so, it's all inspired by this book, Magic Book by Wanda Byrne. So today, it's actually day 5 on the book. So I picked this because I skipped through, even though it's day 7 of my go live. So there's been a couple of days of go live that wasn't Magic Money related. So I am now on day 5 on the book, Magic Money. So let me give you this quote: Gratitude, gratitude is riches. Complaint is poverty. Yeah, and from by Christian Science hymnal. Before I go on, let me introduce myself. My name is Rina. For those who do not know me, I am from Hawaii. Nagbagnal daw yung aming apat at Ilocano. Whoever is watching or who will watch this go live, please do let me know where you are watching me from. I'm gonna check my phone real quick. Make sure na naka-go live tayo on our phone. And yes, we are. All right, so magic money. Magic money. What is the topic? It's all about money, 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 money. Okay, um, again, I'm not gonna spoil the book, everything that's in this book, because I want you to read it for yourself. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek of what you will expect on day 5 from this book. I like how she said here, Wanda Byrne, if there's a lack of money in your life, or if there's a feeling of being worried, envious, jealous, so anything negative that you feel about money, it's because those feelings come from a lack of gratitude for the money that you have. So basically, if you have a negative feeling about money, it's because you are not grateful for what you have. And in this book, she will talk about a lot of things in your current situation and the past in your life. And it made me realize about my past. I have mentioned this before. I grew up poor in the Philippines. I have experienced sleeping on the floor because we lived in a small house. And yes, there was a lot of envy in my life growing up, a lot of jealousy. So I've told this story before. If you've ever heard it before, imagine, again, this is in the past. And I don't know if my cousins will watch this, but where we lived before in the Philippines, this is how I want you to picture this: two houses next to each other, like literally next to each other, only like a feet away from each other. One house is a 2 story, a beautiful house, painted and everything with beautiful windows. Next to it is a small house, like a bungalow little house. It's only got 2 bedrooms. What else? The bintana, the windows are old style. The wood windows. They're not even the jealousy kind. Um, so that's how I lived before when I was younger, and I lived in that small house. So, like I said, I used to sleep on the floor when I was younger because we only had 2 bedrooms. So I've experienced all of those. I am blessed. Before when I was little, when you're in that situation, all you can think of is you don't have enough money. You are not blessed because I was comparing myself to my cousins. And so there's a lot of jealousy and lots of, I guess you can say it is jealousy, and always questioning. Like, I used to question, like, why don't we have those? Why can't we have those? Because we didn't have money. So that's my childhood. Um, But then my mom always said, she always reminded me to say, do not compare yourself. But of course, as a young kid, you're like, sure, it's easy to say, mom, not to be not to be jealous. But when you see it every day, you can't help but to feel jealous, right? So that actually inspired me to do better in school. And with my grandma and grandpa's and auntie's help, I was able to go to a private school in high school. But then again, being one of the poorest kid in the class, again, it brought me jealousy again. There were moments when I had to go to the library during our recess. So we have a break time somewhere in the middle. It's like a recess here in the US. You know, you would go to recess, but then you would buy your own food. So there were times when I didn't have money for to buy food. So I would tell my friends, I need to go to the library because I need to do my homework. But that wasn't the case. I didn't have money to spend on anything. And so, because, the section that I was in, my classmates, they were rich people. I'm talking about people who have, their parents are doctors, and some of them were government officials. They're in my class. So I'm like one of the poorest kid in the class, as you can imagine. So not only I had jealousy growing up, next living next to my cousins who's got the big beautiful house compared to us. In school, it's the same thing. I was surrounded by rich people, and I was one of the poorest kid in the class. Oh, now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, oh, that's a horrible way to think about it. I No wonder it makes me wonder. No wonder I didn't have enough um, courage or confidence growing up. Oh, I just thought about that right now. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so I guess that's probably one of the reasons why I was always shy and not confident, because part of it was because I was jealous. Oh, that's a lot of thinking right there. Okay, no more going back to the past. That's a lot of thinking. But anywho, talking about this, I think I'm gonna change it up a little because that's a lot of memories. So this is the other thing. That's one of the things that I'm learning from this business actually. When I or when you end up going to your past, there are things that in the past it makes you feel sad, it brings back those emotions, right? So over the year, I have trained my brain, trained my mindset to not ponder in any of those bad memories or bad thoughts. I have to learn, I have learned, I should say, I have learned to let them go and not linger. Because before I started this business, I used to have all these negative thoughts linger and take over my day. But as you can tell now that I'm thinking about my memory, it just brings back those emotions. But I choose not to linger on those emotions and those thoughts. So we're gonna change the topic a little bit. But basically, it's what's reminding us here is if you think that you didn't have enough money or you don't have enough money, think again. That's what basically is saying. Did you have a house to live in? I did. Did we have food to eat? I did. I am grateful that even though we were poor, we still had rice to eat. We still had oil. We still had water and sugar to eat, to survive. I survived. We had eggs. We had chicken in our neighborhood. So I had food growing up. I wasn't really starving per se. So I'm grateful for those. So be grateful for those, even though you think that you grew up poor. Still be grateful. Did I have toys? Not a lot, but I was given toys by my grandparents. They used to send us toys. What else? Did you travel? When I was little, yes, we actually got to visit my grandpa when he was still alive. So, and then in segue to this, one of the things that I have learned to practice is actually saying that thank you for all the money I have been given throughout my life. So that's one of the practices. You will learn this when you read the book again. For those who are watching right now, let me know where you are watching me from. And if you are wondering what I'm talking about, it's the Magic Book. And day number, what did I say? Day number 5. It's all about magic. money. So, one of the practices, and you will see on my post, I have been doing this for a while. So, whenever I receive a blessing from my business, this is what I do right away. I put the blessing number and I always write here. This is from Rhonda Burns practice. Thank you for all the money I've been given throughout my life. And then I just add here, mahalo, thank you, salamat po. Who am I thanking? Of course, God, the source of everything. I always do that. And there's a practice that she mentions in the book. It's actually I carry it with me every day. It's in my wallet. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I'm gonna show you how it looks like. I have a ano tawag dito? Sticky note. So in this sticky note, same thing. I wrote, "Thank you for all the money I have been given all my life." So that's another practice. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you with this. What she says here. From this day forward, make a promise to yourself that whenever you receive any money, any amount of money, whether it's your salary for work, a refund or discount, or something that someone gives you that costs money, it doesn't necessarily have to be money, you will be truly grateful for it. Okay, so that's one of the practices that she does here, makes us do in this book. The other thing I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share with you is I do gratitude journal. I'm now on my 11 minutes. That's fast. 12 minutes. The other practice that I do every day is a gratitude journal. Just sharing with you. I do practices. So, three top things, the top three things that I'm always grateful for. Number one is always my faith. I'm always thankful something about my faith. Number two is my health, something about my health. You will learn this also from the magic book. You'll know what I'm talking about, health. And then number three is wealth. Every day I write it down. Thank you for all the money I've been given throughout my life and the abundance coming my way. That's my practice. And so I'm going to leave you with that. Before I go on, I am going to answer some of the questions from inquiries this week. One of the common questions I get, of course, I have to connect it with my business before I go. One of the most common questions I get almost every week actually is that if this business is only for nurses. The answer, quick answer, is no. It's for everyone as long as you're 18 years old. The only reason that my business page is called Hawaii Nursepreneur is because I am from Hawaii. I am a nurse and I'm an entrepreneur. That's what my title is. That's what my business is called, Hawaii Nursepreneur. But no, this business is for everyone. And a lot of you nurses have signed up, actually have inquired about this for many reasons. Some of us are tired, are burnt out. I get it. I understand. This is why I came floor, from the floor to clinic to urgent care. Then now I'm back again to clinic because the burnout. I don't like the 12-hour shifts anymore. I don't want the weekend shifts anymore. I had to sacrifice my weekend shift. I had to sacrifice my night shifts. Pay. We're talking about the night pays and weekend shift, and holiday pay. Those are time and a half money. So yes, was my salary cut down? Yes, but I got my time back. Which one is more important, time or money? At this moment in my life, it's the time, and for some, health. We're not getting any younger, and I see a lot of people who are asking about this business who are in their 50s. Yes, your body is not getting any younger, but if you keep working on the floor, how long can you work on the floor for? Will you be able to work 12 hours shift throughout until you're 65? Think about that. Until you're 65, will you really work 12-hour shift? I have a hard time working 12-hour shifts. But yes, I mean, no, the answer is no. This is not just for nurses. And this has nothing to do with nursing. It has nothing to do with healthcare. It's an online business. It's a geared towards digital attraction marketing. Okay, And what was the other question? How much does it cost? We always get that question. The webinar, the initial webinar is free. FREE, no fee. So you can watch that anytime you want. We have a 90 minute webinar replay or live, or we also have a 20-minute summary of the webinar. The difference between the two, the 90-minute has testimonials towards the end of real business owners. The 20-minute summary does not have any testimonials. It's pretty short and simple and straight to the point. And after that, there is a $149 fee, initial fee, that is actually 100% refundable if you decide that this business is not for you. Again, it's 100% refundable. Have I had refunds? Yes, I have. Quite a few, but I know they will come back once they see, because I know they follow me, but I know whoever refunded, I know you will come back. All right, so I hope I answered some of these questions and I hope you will watch this. And I will be back again tomorrow and we'll discuss again the magic book. Day number 6 will be tomorrow. All right. Mahalo, thank you, salamat po. And as a reminder, always, always be grateful.